Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you're here, because today's story is one of those tangled, emotionally charged situations that reminds us why celebrity news can feel like a real-life soap opera. We're talking about Baktaş, Yağmur Yüksel, and a jealousy storm that's been brewing just out of frame. If you enjoy this kind of deep dive into the personal stories behind Turkey's most talked about stars, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe, and if you're in the mood to support this channel even more, hit the join button down below. Alright, let's get into it. 1. The players and the setup. First, a refresher. Baktaş is one of Turkish television's most magnetic leading men. He's known for turning stoic heroes into nuanced characters with a single eyebrow lift. Yağmur Yüksel, equally talented, has a reputation for bringing depth and vulnerability to strong female roles. On camera, the pairing is electric. Off camera, things seem equally warm, maybe too warm, at least in one person's eyes. That person is Barış's wife. Though she prefers to stay out of tabloids, fans have seen glimpses of their relationship over the years. Casual cafe dates, a rare red carpet stroll, and the occasional birthday post featuring inside jokes only the two of them understand. By industry standards, they seem stable, but stability can be tested when an on-screen partnership looks a little too convincing. 2. New project. New rumors. The current project that flung everyone into speculation is an ambitious drama, part romance, part political thriller, shooting on a sprawling set outside Istanbul. From day one, crew members whispered about instant chemistry. Directors loved it, producers loved it, fans loved it. But behind the applause, something else started simmering. Subtle but noticeable exchanges between Yağmur and Barış that extended beyond scripted lines. Lunch breaks stretched into after-hours rehearsals. Off-camera laughter echoed down hallways. None of this is unusual. Actors bond to build believable relationships. Yet when those bonds spill over into lingering eye contact and private jokes, outsiders take notice. In this case, the outsider is not an onlooker but a spouse. 3. The wife's perspective. Friends say Barış's wife is grounded, confident, and fully aware of how compelling her husband can be on set. She married him. After all, early rumors never rattled her, but eyewitnesses claim that a particular day changed her outlook. Reports suggest she visited the set unannounced, hoping to surprise Barış between takes. What she found was an intense scene rehearsal, no cameras, just Barış and Yağmur running lines in a corner, faces inches apart. Tension so thick you could almost hear it humming. Nothing inappropriate happened. No stolen kisses, no whispered confessions. But sometimes it's not the action, it's the atmosphere. That moment planted a seed of worry that, over the following weeks, grew into full-blown concern. And concern rarely stays quiet. 4. The jealousy flashpoint. Multiple crew sources describe a Friday afternoon meltdown in the company parking lot. The shoot had wrapped for the day. Barış, still in partial costume, was chatting with Yağmur by her car, both laughing over something on his phone. That's when his wife, parked nearby, stepped out of her own vehicle and approached. Accounts differ on the exact wording. Some say raised voices, others say sharp whispers, but all agree on to details. 1. The encounter lasted fewer than 2 minutes. 2. Yağmur excused herself quickly, leaving Barış and his wife in a tense standoff. No punches thrown, no public humiliation, just a frozen tableau the tabloids would later describe as a silent explosion. 5. Media frenzy and fan speculation. Once paparazzi photos hit social media, Barış with a furrowed brow, his wife gesturing toward the exit gate, Yağmur's car speeding away. Headlines wrote themselves. Jealousy war rock star couple. Triangular love crisis on hit drama set. Is Barış torn between loyalty and new affection? Fans split into camps. Some defended the wife. She's human. I'd be upset too. Others backed Yağmur. She's just doing her job. A smaller but vocal group insisted the entire scene was overblown. That's acting chemistry. Everyone relax. 6. Professional facades. Private tension. Remarkably, filming never halted. The next morning, all three principals, Barış, Yağmur, and the wife, who manages some of Barış's scheduling, showed up on set. Photos from that day display polite smiles, neutral body language, and an almost forced professionalism. Observers describe Barış as unusually quiet, Yağmur as intensely focused, and the wife as present but distant, limiting her time to logistical check-ins. Friends say Barış later called a brief family meeting at home. No one knows what was said, but insiders claim boundaries were discussed. Limited rehearsal time, transparent schedules, and perhaps a pause on late-night script run-throughs. Whether these measures eased tension or simply papered over deeper issues is unclear. 7. Why this story resonates. On the surface, it's gossip, a jealousy crisis, a dramatic confrontation. The classic question, can on-screen intimacy stay on the screen? But underneath lies a universal truth. Even in ordinary relationships, the line between professional partnership and emotional intimacy can blur. When cameras roll, that blur becomes a spotlight, magnifying every glance, every accidental touch. Audiences react because they project their own fears and fantasies onto celebrities. The fear of betrayal, the fantasy of irresistible romance, the hope that love hard-won, publicly celebrated love can weather any storm. 8. What comes next? No public statements have been issued. PR teams are likely crafting wording that soothes without admitting fault. Meanwhile, the show's marketing team is in a delicate position. How do you capitalize on genuine chemistry while respecting personal boundaries? Teaser trailers suddenly look like confessionals. Behind-the-scenes clips feel voyeuristic. One rumor, unverified but irresistible, is that producers are considering a special press day where all three will appear together. Barış, Yağmur, and the wife. On one hand, that could shut down speculation. On the other, it might ignite a fresh wave of analysis. Micro-expressions will be scrutinized frame by frame because in the digital age, nothing stays subtle for long. 9. Final thoughts. Will Barış and Yağmur remain simply co-stars? Will the wife's fears prove unfounded or prophetic? Only time and perhaps the next set of leaked paparazzi photos will tell. Until then, the trio continues to orbit each other in a delicate dance of professionalism, emotion, and relentless public attention. And that wraps today's deep dive. If this story intrigued you, please hit like, subscribe for more in-depth looks at the real dramas behind the on-screen dramas, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think jealousy in celebrity marriages is inevitable? Is it possible to draw a clean line between acting chemistry and real feelings? Thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, off camera, every superstar is just a human navigating love, work, and everything in between.